Good afternoon, Bob Dalton coming to you from Allendale's trading floor here in McHenry, Illinois. It is Tuesday, April 5th, 2011. Exciting news yesterday afternoon for those of you who follow the wheat market. We did in fact get a good to excellent number that was below what the trade was waiting for. We were looking for a 40 to 41% good to excellent on all winter wheat. We ended up getting 37% good to excellent. That caused a rally yesterday ahead of the report and the anticipation of a poor number. They got it, and then it kind of tapered off. We opened up lower, Kansas City and Chicago overnight in the electronics, fought their way back off of the lows, kind of stagnated a little bit during the trade day, and Chicago wheat actually ended up finishing lower today. Kansas City up only about 2 points. So the big wheat report, which was supposed to move this market a whole bunch, apparently wasn't as exciting to the pit traders today as it was yesterday into the close. So I guess you can call it a buy the rumor, sell the fact, although the selling really didn't come in all that heavy once open outcry started up here this morning. What did that do to the rest of the markets today? Well, not much. I mean, you're looking for support out of the wheat markets for the corn, as if corn needed any support. But if there was, in fact, going to be a pullback, that's where we would turn our attention to what wheat's doing. Today, the corn did go ahead and make new all-time highs in the nearby contracts. 770 3/4 was the high for May corn today. We did settle at 766 3/4, which is an all-time high settlement for nearby corn, up 6.5 on the day. Soybeans having trouble getting any type of movement to the upside. We're getting news that grain is moving in South America as far as harvest is concerned. It looks like they're going to produce more soybeans than was anticipated, and that is pressuring the soybeans down 10 3/4 today in the nearby at 1373 1/4. Then back to the wheat here. Chicago wheat down 3 3/4 when it was all said and done in the May contract. 786 1/4 is where they finished. And like I said, Kansas City was up 2 points today in the May contract. Outside markets really not giving a whole lot of direction. We did have the dollar stronger out of the gates this morning. That has since weakened up. Right now the dollar's down about 4 points. 76.12 is where the dollar index is at. Crude oil down 56 cents right now as well at 107.91 in the electronics. We did get an additional news for the wheat. We did have another private firm come out with some estimates on total winter wheat production numbers. They actually increased production by 11 million bushels this year versus last year. The trade was looking for a number around 800. They came out with the hard red winter wheat at 848 million. That was down 170 million from previous expectations. That's the lowest since 2006 as these estimates are presented. So you could look at the fact that total wheat was up a little bit from last year as being bearish. You could look at the 848 million number being a little bit bearish as we were expecting a number under 800. But that Kansas City wheat really holding its own here today, not taking any losses anyway as the day finished up. So lots of news going around for wheat as that's going to be the first grain to be harvested here this year. They're going to get going in June. And we'll see what the numbers are in the coming months as far as what we actually produced. Over to the livestock today, we did have news that China increased interest rates over there, which should, tighten up what they're able to buy and who they're able to buy it from. And that was weighed fairly heavily today in the livestock markets. Even after we had strong cutout values out of the cattle yesterday, they weren't able to pick up a whole lot more to the upside today. Down 62.5 as a matter of fact in the April fat contract. 121.75 is where they settled up at. Feeders down 65 at 137.10, and the nearby hogs 93.70 is where they finished. That's down 50 cents. So very active markets here today. They did generally go higher. Corn, beans, new highs in the corn, corn and wheat. Beans did pull back here for a second day in a row. So what happens tomorrow? Well, keep your eyes and ears peeled for new export numbers, who's buying, where it's going, where is it going to, and how much of it are they actually getting. That's really what this market is leaning on, as well as weather. When are we going to be able to start planting these crops? the southern states we've heard, Kansas, Texas, and Oklahoma have begun planting corn, and the numbers look good year over year as far as what percent planted they are right now. So we're off and running down south here in the United States. Call in with any questions specifically as to what you believe the market's going to be doing next, what we should be doing to protect profits. There's a WASDE report coming out this week on Friday at 7:30 in the morning. Our estimates were sent out to subscribers this morning. Feel free to call in with any questions regarding the estimates, our estimates for this report on Friday as well. Phone number is 800-262-7538. Again, I'm Bob Dalton. Thanks for tuning in, and good luck the rest of this week.